I call Joe Goodhue.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise to take a very short call on the Statutes Amendment Bill, just to reassert the National Party's support for this bill, which is all about getting on with the business. This Parliament, of course, is often in the news because of contention over bills that come before the House, but by its very nature, a Statutes Amendment Bill is supposed to be a vehicle for technical and short amendments to a range of acts. In this case, 47 acts will be amended. It's not appropriate for inclusion in such a bill amendments that will be by their very nature very contentious, and therefore that is why we will be dealing with such a large number and a wide range of amendments in the bill. The 47 acts that will be amended range from wild animals to wills, from takeovers to telecommunication, rates, marriages, drugs and national parks. So in fact there are a wide range of things that will be discussed within the Select Committee, that is presuming that anyone does seek to submit on these actual amendments, that they generate enough interest. For in the nature again of the Statutes Amendment Bill, it is likely that some people will say, for goodness sake, let's just get on with it, because in fact this will make the law more streamlined, more simple. Let me give you just a couple of examples in relation to the change to the Wills Act, which is actually only from 2007. It's actually suggesting that the amendment will make a will maker need not actually sign his or her will in the presence of witnesses, but later they may acknowledge in the presence of witnesses that they did sign the will earlier and the signature on the will is their own. Again, a witness need not include a statement of his or her attestation, but statements of this kind made by at least two witnesses are evidence of the will's valid execution. Another example of getting on with the business is the Securities Act 1978, where in Part 38 the amendment is to Clause 135. It amends Section 68B to correct a cross-reference error. This is yet another good example of the nature of this bill. It's not non-contentious, getting on with the business. This is the sort of thing that we talk about out in our electorates, the fact that this Parliament is not always dealing with legislation that we argue about, that in fact somewhere around 60 to 65% of the bills that travel through this House have unanimous or close to unanimous support. Therefore, I certainly commend this bill in its first reading and look forward to welcoming it back in some months' time into the House, and therefore improving all of these acts with the passage of this bill.